G'day Reefers, I'm Cam the Fish Guy. Welcome to Gallery Aquatica TV. Today we're back at Shedboy's Reef. We haven't been here for quite some time and we've heard he's done a heap of work on his tank. So we have brought an admission fee, which is the only beer he drinks, and we're going to surprise him with some beer and a chat about his tank.
What are you doing here? I'm on holidays.
Well, we've got beer.
All right, come in. Come in for a tank update, I guess.
Wow, check it out. It looks so good. You've obviously done a lot of work on this tank. Let's talk about exactly what you've done. The last time we were standing in front of this tank, we'd only just filled the tank and we were admiring the aquascape. And the aquascape is sensational, but when we were here last, there wasn't the cover up the top. So what have you done to install this?
We've put some hinged doors on, so you can have easy access.
Which is great when you're maintaining the tank, because being able to see where you're doing the algae is great, as well as when you're positioning the corals, obviously.
Yeah, coral placement was definitely an issue I wanted to have access to the front of the tank with.
It's such a big tank, so be able to see where you're putting the corals is definitely important. And you've moved the corals from the frag tank, I take it?
Yeah, so I spent a good 6-7 hours over the last few days just gluing in all of my frags and really filling out this tank already.
And we should mention that we specifically asked Shedboy to wait for us before he glued the corals into the tank so we could be here to see that. But that's okay. You've jumped the gun a little bit. But it looks awesome, and certainly can't wait to see the corals grow out. The fish are looking good too.
Yeah, got a nice variety of tangs in the tank.
Powder blue, clown, and sailfin. Yep.
We've got a Nigar trigger, fang blenny, a couple of damsels, 6-line wrasse, and a couple of clownfish.
So a very lightly stocked tank.
For now.
For now. So you're certainly talking about putting other fish in.
Definitely.
More tangs.
A lot more small fish actually.
Oh yeah.
I'm very keen on a lot more small fish.
It always looks good to have. Well, I think I like having schools of fish, so anthias and things like that. Is that what you're talking about? Small?
Yeah. Anthias, chromis, maybe some assessors, things like that. Just stuff that are going to duck in and out of the acro when it gets a bit more grown in.
And I was commenting before about the bare bottom tank. It's looking really good. You cleaned it yesterday, you said.
Yes.
So that's probably why it's looking so good.
It does take a bit of maintenance.
but also, you've got pretty strong water flow. We've mentioned it before, but this tank has got 2 MP60s.
2 MP60s and currently 1 MP40. About to put the second MP40 on soon.
Where's the MP40? Oh, there.
It's through the back wall.
Yeah. And maybe some gyres as well in the future.
Yeah, yeah. Potentially a gyre on 1 or 2 ends.
So it's really important for us to have a look at the tank at this stage so that we can see a lot of the corals before they've really grown into the tank. They're all showing good polyp extension. There are a few which look like they've only been here for a short time, but I guess they've been growing in the frag tank. Yep. So it'll be really good to see this tank in 6 and 12 months time. We'll come back and do updates and show you the coral growth. But today, the biggest thing that we're here to look at, the most important thing, are the lights. So this tank has got new lights, and let's go around the corner and have a look. Wow. This looks incredible. Tell us exactly what you've done. I have to say, this is probably the most spectacular looking light setup I've ever seen. So run us through what you've got over this tank.
So we have 5 Orphec icons above this tank. They're really good at replicating basically a full sky coverage of light, eliminating probably most of the shadowing in the tank, which is going to be great for an SPS dominant tank.
You're certainly saying it was all about the spread of the light. And when you look at the size of the lights and the distribution of the diodes, it definitely looks like the spread is probably one of the best on the market.
Definitely.
It'll be interesting to see the growth. And have you looked at the par of the...
Yep. So in this 2¼ foot deep tank, we're sitting about 500 par at the top of the scape and 200 at the bottom of the scape.
And you've got them raised quite high off the water surface.
Yep.
Interestingly, with this setup, there's a rail system that the lights are mounted to, so that the whole rail can pull out so that Shedboy can access the tank. But the way you've got them set up, you can probably get in there without even needing to pull this out.
Yeah.
So it's
I think I'll only ever pull it out for maintenance, cleaning the fans, things like that.
Oh yeah. And what I find interesting about these lights is this acrylic panel at the bottom, and tell us what you're saying about the idea of what this acrylic is for. I thought it might be good so that you can easily wipe down and remove the salt creep off the bottom of the light.
So its main purpose is to stop the light from the pucks coming out and splashing into the room and blinding you, as they have a really high mounting height, which is about 17 inches. So normally when you see a light, the light puck is very bright and it's annoying in your vision.
I guess when you've got such a large light with the distribution of the pucks or the diodes as per this, you probably don't need them to come out to the side. They pretty much go straight down because you've already got a large surface area of lighting. So it's certainly a very attractive setup. We can see the light in the tank looks really good. And it's controlled through an app on your phone, like most of the leading light systems. So yeah, certainly an excellent system. I can't wait to see how the corals grow under this light system. Let's have a look at the rest of the reef system in this shed. So we're around the corner looking at the frag tank, and I have to say there's significantly less coral in the frag tank than there was last time I was here. What's going on?
Everything's been glued into the main display, and I think I glued about 70 odd frags in there the other day.
Okay, well that's a good excuse. What you've got here is looking pretty good. We've got the Hydra 52s over the frag tank, so very well lit. It is quite a shallow tank, so it's all looking good. For anyone that hasn't seen any other episodes of Shedboy's Reef, there's a huge refugium underneath. This whole system is connected, and how's the big MRC projects going to be going?
Yeah, it's going really well. It's pulling some very stinky waste, and for the amount of fish I've got, I'm pretty happy with how it's performing.
But yes, that's the thing, is that there's not many fish in such a big system, or coral, so to be pulling that amount of waste out is pretty impressive. I reckon we go around to the front and have one more look at Shedboy's Reef. A beer! The tank is looking really, really good, and it's nice to see all the corals in the system. The fish are doing well. I can't wait to come back in 6 months time, 12 months time, 18 months time to monitor the progress of the system, as long as that's okay.
Definitely, as long as you bring some more beers.
I will certainly bring the beers, and it'd be great to be able to sit on the couch, play the Atari, watch the DVD players, and enjoy the beautiful reef tank. So thanks for allowing us to check out your tank, and we'll be back in future episodes at Gallery Aquatica TV. I'm Cam the Fish Guy. This is
Shedboy.
Happy reefing! That's it for this week's episode of Gallery Aquatica TV. Don't forget to like and comment on all our videos and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned to Gallery Aquatica TV for more exciting episodes to come. I'm Cam the Fish Guy. Happy reefing!